only one stop in Jacksonville, Remedy Staffing. Labor trends keep us guessing. As employers, the job market's been strong. So what does that mean for workers' availability? If you're interested in the workforce solutions or how the Remedy team can help you, call or text Crystal at 904-329-9802. 329-9802, Remedy Staffing.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville, the famous Automotive Tire and Quick Lube Kickoff Show. Live from Tailgaters Parking. Presented by Clearwater Irrigation
and Gatorade Fast Twitch
on 1010XL.
When we say that this is a team sport, no, not football. I'm talking about local radio, Hayes Carline. We are not kidding. It's not just producer Casey Dobson back at World Headquarters. It's not just the one, the only Graham Marsh here at Tailgaters Bar and Grill with us holding down the fort on the famous Automotive Kickoff Show. It's even our guy Chad with Growlers, with Tailgaters, hooking us up with the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, we can see all you beautiful people on YouTube now. We can see you on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
He's the one with the booze. He's the real MVP.
Yeah, and we're going to hear from him coming up a little bit later in the program. And
it's always fun.
The big question when I woke up this morning, Carline, are we going back to the Duval Donkey?
That's the thing. The other thing, too, is, like, I don't think I can chug the drink anymore.
Any drink?
Well, they haven't won a game here yet. What do you think? I mean, I'll do it, but I am a little concerned that they're not
641-1010, folks. Chime in. Should Hayes still be chugging the drink, even if the Jaguars haven't won a home game yet?
Yeah.
These
are the things I wrestle with.
Right. Well, my bigger concern is the Duval Donkey is undefeated against every team in the National Football League except for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
We'll come up with an antidote for that at a later date. That is the only reason I was a little worried when we went with the what was it, the lemonade, the refreshing brackish lemonade last time we were here against the Texans, because I think brackish, just like us, and Growlers Bar and Grill like us, thought, the Texans.
Right.
No big deal.
Yeah, let's try something new.
No dirt off our shoulder.
Yeah.
MBD.
I think we got to go back.
Yeah, I think we got to go back.
Ultimately, it's up to Chad. He's the maestro.
Yeah.
But my suggestion would be, let's go back to the one. Yeah, I would imagine there's a lot of local drinks around the nation that don't have great records against the Kansas City Chiefs over the last 7 years.
We've already gotten some on the text line that have said, chug the drink, Hayes.
Okay.
So we'll work on it.
I will be ready.
That's coming up in the 9 o'clock hour of the famous Automotive and Quick Lube Kickoff Show. For now, let's hit our keys to the game.
Now, the keys to the game. Brought to you by Instant Keys, fast, professional, honest locksmith service.
It sounds elementary, and it's been a strength so far of this Jaguars season, Hayes, but it's quite simple. If you can defend the run and force Gardner Minshew to throw it downfield especially, you heard Frank Frangie just there say they don't have a ton of speed on the outside. They're sure-handed wide receivers are the Colts trio, but they're not burners. So if you can force them into situations where he has to look downfield, that is where you give yourself the best chance to win the ball game.
No doubt. And you tip your cap to Gardner. If he hits those plays, fine. You can live with that. You give him all the credit in the world. You move on. But don't let him go 17 of 18 because everything he was able to throw was short and intermediate and keep the offense on track and keep Trevor on the sideline. So, yeah, I agree. I think that's a huge key to the game as well. And I would say, for the Jaguars, take advantage of a Colts defense that's 28th in the league in the defending the pass right now. This should be a good day for Trevor. It is unfortunate that Zay won't be active. He's such a underrated piece of this whole puzzle. But again, you still have Calvin, you still have Christian, you have Evan, and Trevor is playing at such a high level that go ahead and take advantage of that. And
I'm ready.
You are.
I'm ready. If the step and repeat blows again, I'm at the ready.
But hopefully the Jaguars aerial show will be in full effect to take advantage of a Colts secondary that I still think is pretty suspect.
Yeah, it's a couple rookies. It's a couple unproven second, third-year guys, late day 3 draft picks, undrafted free agents. And so hopefully the Jaguars wide receiving core has an answer to them. It is so fascinating, Hayes, that the absence of Zay Jones – weeks 2 when he went down and then week 3 when he didn't play led to this offense looking clunky. And it's crazy to think because when he was signed a year and a half ago, many people were scratching their heads saying, you let DJ Chark walk, you didn't, or, why would you go out and sign Zay Jones? He had the best camp. of probably any of the wide receivers, with all due respect to Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, and company. And it's crazy to think that that's what we were seeing in the early parts of this season. I do think, and this is another key to the game, if Calvin Ridley can catch that first pass, if he could catch the second pass, and wait for it, not drop a ball in the end zone, that is where this team starts rolling. And what's really going to be curious for me is, obviously, the coin toss is, a coin flip, quite literally. But I do think there is something, too, when the Jags start with the ball and they start fast, that their mojo gets going a little bit.
I think so. And again, that is going to be really pivotal today because they have not played well offensively in this building for 2 straight games. They could have easily beaten the Chiefs if the offense had shown up. It didn't. And then no one showed up against Houston. So the offense is 0 for 2 in this building. And it's a stinky 0 for 2. And they've got to be better today. I think they will be. I think they're ready. I am a little concerned about just the fatigue coming back from London. Hopefully that's something that will not be an issue for this team. I think they've done all they can do for it not to. But again, these are human beings, and it's tough to have that kind of a trip, play 2 games, come home, and play another opponent that particularly one that's won 3 of 4. So that there's a mental aspect to this game that's very unique for the Jaguars. I think that's a tough assignment for Doug Peterson, one that I think they can meet and will meet, but something that can't be overlooked until they get the win today and you say, look, that went about as flawlessly as it could have gone. Went to London, got 2 wins, came home, didn't take an early bye, got a divisional win at home, and now you're off and running. Because if they win today, all these games matter. But the New Orleans game doesn't become quite as critical. It's an NFC game, so it doesn't really factor into tie-break scenarios and things like that. So you almost to me, you get a sense if they can win today, they are playing with a little bit of house money when they go on the road Thursday to New Orleans.
Is it bad that this is the one that I'm most getting the jitters about? And I'm not a part of the team. I don't have a betting interest or vested interest or anything outside of my livelihood. But this is the one that I'm like, I don't know, Hayes, which is crazy to think because the Colts haven't won here since 2013. It's been a decade.
It's amazing to think. It really is amazing to think.
This is the game that every year I circled and I said, you know what? No need to panic, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to be okay. And here I am being like, oh, Saints and Steelers, that's easy. Yes, going into New Orleans, I have less concerns than I do the Colts here at home.
Yeah, I think unless the Jaguars really give this game away, if they play sound football, I think their probability to win is in the high 80s. I mean, the only way I think that today gets dicey for the Jaguars is if they are mistake-prone, if Calvin Ridley does drop that first ball, and if they've got untimely penalties, and if they lose the turnover battle. And, oh, by the way, you probably are looking at best, a draw there, because Gardner Minshew does not throw a lot of picks at all throughout his career. So it's very unlikely he's going to have 1 or 2 picks in this game. It's unlikely they're going to lose a fumble. So the Jaguars need to be clean on offense because you're probably looking at a game where, honestly, there could be 1 turnover the entire game and it wouldn't be overly surprising. So the Jaguars have to be clean in that operation as well. But if they can do those things, there's no reason Gardner Minshew should come in today and beat the Jaguars.
One last one for me before we hear from Evan Ingram in the Jaguars locker room. I've taken this from a couple different places that have mentioned this, both on the air here on 1010, on Jaguars Radio. Even the Athletic Football Show has also mentioned this. I think we need to put a Post-it note up on the glass for Press Taylor, Hayes. Don't forget about the run. Because, as Frank Frangie said, as we have said on this program through the first 50 minutes of it, when this team is balanced, when they do not neglect the run, and as much as that may only result in 2 or 3 yard carries in the first half, it results in big breaking plays in the second half. And that is what they need to win football games.
And Etienne is playing at such a high level. It's just he's so exciting when the ball is in his hands, and he's such an ascending player as well. He still has a lot of upside to his game. So, you need to make the Colts have to defend it, but both the ground game and obviously a talented quarterback throwing it to a diverse group of receivers and tight ends. The Jaguars offensively have, it's very enviable what the Jaguars have in terms of the balance that they can bring week in and week out. So, yes, absolutely. ETN has got to be a massive part of it. And, again, in looking at, you worry about workload with backs, things like that. That's fine. Run them as much as you have to run them today. If that means Thursday night, you don't run them as much against New Orleans and you give maybe Tank Bigsby a little bit bigger of a role, that's fine. That's fine. Today you need him. So Travis Etienne absolutely needs to be a massive part of the plan. I'd be shocked if he wasn't because obviously he's been playing. It's such a high level for the Jaguars.
I lied. I have one more key to the game. We have had now nine people on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures text in and say, Hayes, you need to man up, chug the Duval Donkey. Also, as Bush Drive Rich points out, the Duval Donkey is a tradition. It adds a little something. It pours a little sugar to ensure a Jaguars win.
If you guys want it, I will deliver it for you.
There it is. There it is, folks. So those are our keys to the game brought to you by Instant Keys. Let's head into the locker room for the first time in this program. Hayes caught up with Jaguars tight end Evan Ingram.
All right, we're pleased to be joined with Jaguars tight end Evan Ingram here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you too, man. Doing well.
Good. What's been the challenge this week? Getting the body right and everything after the London trip.
We've been on a mission. Our mission this week was to, no fall off. Obviously, we had a long, 10 days in London. Came back with 2 wins. It'd be easy to kind of fall into that jet lag excuse, but we just been pushing through, keeping the consistency up with our work.
Are you pleased with how practice went this week for you?
Guys, been great energy all week. Great attention to detail. A lot of sense of urgency. I feel like our whole team's locked in.
It seems like you guys hit a different level offensively, Evan. What were some of the keys in terms of taking that step forward?
Just playing our game. Obviously, there were some things we did better as far as, discipline, pre-snap stuff, just the little things. We can honestly take care of the ball way better. But being able to move the ball really well, rack up some yards, and get in the end zone a couple of times to end the game was good for us.
How's everything going for you, Evan, personally? Are you pleased with the strides you're making?
Oh, yeah. It's a process every day. I love the grind. Trying to better my craft of just being a great, playmaker for my team, a great whatever my role is, just going to excel at it for sure.
One thing I was curious about from a football standpoint, the challenge is a route runner for everybody when there's familiarity, so you know the system, but you also want to, there could be times that you want to improv or you see something. What's the challenge of running the route the way it's designed, but also there's something that I see that I think I can exploit?
I think, the biggest thing with that is just communication with 16. There are things that we see on film that, we have a concept of the route is ran this way, but if we get a certain look, being able to communicate with Trevor, I might run it a way that, I see better and he's on the same page and he approves of it and we're able to, execute that. So I think that our offense is built for us to be creative and to use our abilities to our best suit, but communication is big too because as long as we're on the same page with Trevor, we can go out there and make some big plays just off of our own, ideas and strength.
It seemed like Trevor really hit a big-time stride in London. What'd you see out of him, particularly against Buffalo?
He was throwing darts, man. He was throwing some darts, bro. Just, the confidence. That was the coolest thing. The biggest thing that popped out to me about him was just his confidence and his swagger out there. And once he got in a rhythm early on in the game, especially against Buffalo, it was awesome to see. He was out there dealing. And we're going to be a hard team to beat if he keeps playing like that. We keep protecting him. We got to protect him a little bit better and keep making plays, when the ball comes our way.
Does it help that the opponent coming back from London is an opponent you've already played?
It's a division rival. These games are always going to be a battle. So whether we're coming back from London, they're coming back from London, these games always mean a little bit more. They go down to the wire a little bit more. We saw week 1, they played us really well. They did some good things, and they're probably even better than they were then. So we're going to have our work cut out for us for sure.
Yeah, they have some big wins over Baltimore and Tennessee. They've really established a physical identity defensively. What stands out when you watch the Colts?
Just that they're physical up front. Obviously in the middle, they got the 2 studs up there. On the outside, the DNs, they're just strong, get upfield, they cause havoc. And they're smart. They communicate well in the secondary. 44 is a great linebacker. He's flying around all season. Kenny Moore is a good leader for the secondary. they're playing with a lot of confidence too on defense. So we're gaining confidence on offense. They're playing confident on defense. So we just got to go out there and be the better man.
Led by you and Calvin and Christian and Zay, you guys have such a diverse, versatile air attack. But how much does ETN factor in on what he can do on the ground and what he's seen out of him?
I mean, right now I think he's up there with the best backs in the league. Just his natural instinct, just his ability to find holes, find gaps, hit certain angles that puts the defense in the bind, break tackles. And he's a threat in the receiving game too. He's a really fluid receiver as well and great hands. So just another playmaker with the ball in his hands, and that having him and our offensive line starting to gain confidence and battling back from some injuries, getting the running game going, it's going to be a huge help if we could be consistent on that aspect of our offense.
You guys won the division last year, won a playoff game in the tournament. The stakes are pretty big on Sunday, going for a season sweep of the Colts, and obviously you guys are tied with them right now. Is it too early to get wrapped up in that, or are you guys very cognizant of what a victory means for you guys Sunday?
Obviously, it's a week-by-week league, and we got to stay locked in on this moment. But it is a division. It's a division game. At the end of the day, the season comes down to who wins the division. So that's a big goal of ours: dominate and win our division. And Colts they're in the hunt too. They're just as good to compete for the championship as well. So obviously, we're not looking that far down the road, but it's a division game, so it definitely means more.
Evan Ingram, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate Evan Ingram's time. Second on the team in catches. Mia has yet to find the end zone. I think that changes today. Evan Ingram scores a touchdown today for the Jaguars.
God, he's kicking himself after dropping that one against the Bills last week. But hey, the Jags got the win. Can they get it this Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts? Let's head behind enemy lines. Coming up next, we head to Indianapolis to catch up with Angela Morian of WESH TV and see what the Colts are thinking as they get ready to head to Jacksonville and goodness, try to get a win for the first time in Duval County since 2013. Let's hope the Jags put an end to that. You are listening to 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. You dream it, we build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Gather the family when it's time to retire. Enjoy the warmth of a cozy fire. Now we're cooking in the great outdoors. That's what outdoor kitchens are for. You dream it, we build it. CSS.
For your chance to win a $500 gift certificate from Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center, text the word SPARKLE to the 1010XL text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010.
Even as prices seem higher on almost everything lately, you can count on Famous Quick Lube to still have the best price in town on quick oil change service. Visit any of their 13 locations, including the new shop on San Jose and now in Jax Beach. The Famous team will have your oil changed, tires rotated, and fluids topped off before you can finish your coffee. For fast, friendly service, personal VIP attention, and the best price in town, go to Famous Quick Lube, servicing every customer like they're famous.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111. Looking for quality equipment and a name you can trust? Lepo Rents, Bobcat of Jacksonville is your premier construction equipment dealer and rental house. We have the right equipment for the job, offering the big and small tools needed for your next project. Lepo sells and rents track loaders, excavators, boom lifts, and much more. For your next project, remember Lepo Rents, your authorized Bobcat dealer in Jacksonville. Visit them online at leporents.com.
Introducing Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade. Developed with 200 milligrams of caffeine to help athletes focus the mind and power the body for athletic performance. Great flavors like strawberry watermelon, glacier freeze, cool blue, and tropical mango, all designed to ignite athletic performance. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Fast Twitch, official partner of the NFL and used by the pros. On-the-go energy from Gatorade.
This is the flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. 1010XL, home sweet home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Live from Tailgaters Parking, the famous Automotive Tire and Quick Lube Kickoff Show. Presented by Clearwater Irrigation and Gatorade Fast Twitch on 1010XL. Now let's go behind enemy lines. Behind enemy lines. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Here we are, hour number 2 of the famous Automotive and Quick Lube Kickoff Show, brought to you by Gatorade Fast Twitch and Clearwater Irrigation. And joining us now, Angela Morian of Wish TV. I said Wesh. I've got Orlando on the brain, Hayes Carline. Wish, W-I-S-H TV up in Indianapolis. You can find her on X at Sideline Stormer. Angela, how's it going?
Good morning. You guys making me get up bright and early this morning on a road trip, no less.
Ah, okay. So you are here in Duval County then.
Oh, we have a team there. That means I usually get to sleep in. So you guys getting me up bright and bushy-tailed in the morning.
Do not miss that local TV life in those late-night Saturday hours, early Sunday hours. But I digress, Angela. Obviously, this Colts team coming into Jacksonville, such a high. No one really expected them coming out of that Week 1 loss, I think, to go 3-1 over their next 4 weeks. What is exactly clicking for the Colts, if you could put a finger on it?
I think the whole team. It's hard to put a finger on with how so many injuries have plagued, especially this offense, even the defense losing Dallas Flowers. But everyone knows about quarterback Anthony Richardson going in and out of injury, now officially on the IR, dealing with a throwing shoulder injury. So that means Gardner Minshew is back. I think the team has a lot of trust in Minshew. Shane Steichen called him the best backup that he's ever had in this league. I mean, Jacksonville knows Minshew. You drafted him. You had Minshew mania. So seeing his return will be fun today in Jacksonville. Clicking more so in the last 3 games is the running game. And it's not Jonathan Taylor, surprise, surprise. He did return last week after signing a huge contract extension and coming off of the PUP list. But it's Zach Moss. Zach Moss had 195 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against the Titans. The run game has just blown off the page for me.
Hey, Angela, it's Hayes Carline. Thank you so much for joining us. Josh Downs looks like he's the favorite target for Gardner Minshew. Is that how you're seeing it, and is that how you expect Minshew to continue distributing the targets today in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I see it kind of a split between him and Michael Pittman Jr. It just depends on how the defense is covering Pittman as the number one receiver. Josh Downs is definitely the favorite target of Anthony Richardson. Both of them were roommates during training camp. They came in the same rookie class. They've really grown a friendship more so than just a quarterback-receiver relationship, and you can see that on the field. But Minshew will have to play into Downs with how the Colts have designed their plays for this offense. So I do see maybe half and half, Pittman and Downs. Downs is so shifty and speedy in the slot that he's really hard to cover for defenses, and he has that maturity and confidence that comes from years in the league, not just as a rookie. So he's definitely one to keep an eye on. And guys, listen, I love Downs. He's starting on my fantasy team for like the third week in a row. So he's definitely one someone we have to keep an eye on.
All right, if she's starting him, he could be a threat for the Jaguars here today. Angela Morian of Wish TV joining us on the All-Pro Roofing Hotline. Angela, one more on AR, because I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about the Ian Rappaport report from this morning that he could be opting for season-ending surgery on that sprained AC joint, a grade 3 sprained joint that's at least going to keep him out the next 4 weeks. Did that blindside you beat reporters up in Indianapolis, or has that actually been a conversation that you know of in Indianapolis this week?
No, it was a conversation with head coach Shane Steichen earlier this week. Steichen didn't necessarily rule it out, but he didn't say yes when he talked to the media on Wednesday. It was always a possibility, especially knowing how he's been dealing with all these other injuries, just trying to make sure that he comes back completely healthy, ready to go. Listen, he's a running quarterback. He puts himself in danger one way or another, whether it's in the pocket or scrambling out trying to get a first down. It's understandable that the Colts would be attempting or considering a surgery here, especially when you have the confidence, like I said, in Gardner Minshew. They've been winning with Minshew. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me, to answer your question.
Angela, the Colts offensive line really is back in top form. What's been the key for that unit playing at a much higher level than what we saw last year?
They're gelling. Tony Soprano has really done a great job in coaching up this offensive line, getting them chemistry, making them click. Even with the in and out of an injury carousel, we've seen center Ryan Kelly and Bernhard Raymond just out with concussions the last couple weeks. Today, tackle Braden Smith won't be playing either, but it's nice to see the backup get in there, get some gel and chemistry going with the offensive line. I was thinking about this last night, actually. I was like, what flipped this switch from being one of the worst offensive lines in the entire NFL to actually being impressive this season? I think it might be the quarterback as well. Think about Matt Ryan, very in-the-pocket passer, older, less mobile. Same with Phillip Rivers. That exposes the offensive line. When you have mobile quarterbacks like Richardson, even Minshew, that helps the offensive line not see, if you make a little mistake, it isn't a huge failure is what I'm trying to say. I think that's been a big help, but this offensive line has had a lot more success and confidence, and you can see that chemistry is really building into something special in the trenches for the Colts.
Find her on X, Twitter, whatever you call it these days, especially up in Indianapolis, at Sideline Stormer. Her name is Angela Morian, and she joins us on the All-Pro Roofing Hotline. Let us address the elephant in the room, Angela. The Colts have not won in Jacksonville since 2013. I know it's a talking point up there. It's certainly a talking point and a chuckle down here in Duval County. What do Colts fans view the Jaguars as? What do they view this trip to Jacksonville as?
I love how you call it a chuckle. It is very serious for the Colts that they haven't won in 8 years down in Jacksonville. Zaire Franklin in the locker room this week was saying, this is a big deal. This isn't just a division game. This is our reputation on the line. We need to be able to win on the road in Jacksonville. And we were remiss to say, this is for the first place in the division. I know it's week 6. But that's a big deal. Both Jacksonville and Indianapolis vying for that top spot in the AFC South. I think the Colts really have this on the forefront of their mind, this curse in Jacksonville. 2 of these losses in the last 8 years were shutouts. The Colts have been embarrassed down on the coast. I've been calling it the curse of the coast this week. Yeah, the Colts take this seriously. The Colts fans take this seriously. They want to see a horseshoe win down in Florida this week, and I don't think they'll be satisfied if they don't get one coming back home today.
Angela, who has to play well for the Colts in their secondary against the Jaguars' passing attack?
Oh, the secondary for the Colts has been so rough this season. It's one of the worst passing defenses in the league. Kenny Moore will be key. He's the vet on that. A whole bunch of young players in that secondary, except for Moore. He had his first interception of the season a couple weeks ago. He has to be the one that plays well, not even if he's tracking wherever the ball is going, just from his leadership standpoint and making sure everything is gelling in the back there, because the Colts have a fantastic front. The linebackers are stout. The defensive line is ridiculous. Zaire Franklin, the linebacker, he leads the NFL in tackles. But it's all going to come down to that secondary. And I know you guys love to run it through Calvin Ridley, who's been a fantastic addition for you. Over 100 yards against the Colts in Week 1, over 100 yards last week in London. That's going to be a real test for the Colts secondary today.
All right, before we get a score prediction from you, Angela, I do want a quick injury update. I feel like when I scroll through the Colts injury report week in, week out, there's at least 2 to 3 guys in concussion protocol. Can you give us a health update, not just on that offensive line, which we know will have a bit of a shuffle this week, but, I mean, Kwity Paye was in concussion protocol, Bernhard Raymond was in concussion protocol, Mo Alley Cox. I know those guys have passed, but what the heck is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. Anthony Richardson, Ryan Kelly, you list them off. I think there's been 6 or 7 in concussion protocol in the first 5 weeks alone. It's been crazy. Last I saw the injury report, the only one they were ruling out was Braden Smith, the tackle. Raymond is clear. Kwity Paye is clear. We should see pretty much everybody back besides Braden Smith, and he's not dealing with a concussion. He has a whole slew of other issues, wrist, foot, knee. I can't even keep track with him anymore. But, for most part, besides Anthony Richardson going on the IR, this Colts team will be at least on the field and active. Maybe not 100% healthy, but they'll be available today.
All right, and if you may, before we let you go, a score prediction, please. And we like to ask the voice of the Jaguars for an X factor. So you can also give me an X factor if you do for the Colts if they are to pull out a win in Duval today.
Oh, it's so tough. I hate score predictions. I avoid score predictions, but I'll do it for you guys for special today. Let's see. I think the Colts are going to pull this one out just because they have the extra juice and energy going into Duval today. Let's give it an old close one. Let's say 20-17. Colts pull it out late. I'm just going to go with that, throwing that out there. X factor, why not? It's going to be Gardner Minshew. He's so excited to come back and play against the team that drafted him in his home state. He's really excited. You could see it on his face this week. I know Shane Steichen's excited to see him play in Jacksonville. I think we're going to see Minshew Mania Part 2, the Indianapolis version, guys, today.
Oh, baby. Well, I can't wait to see what our friends on the text line, as in our listeners, 641-1010, have to say about that prediction, because it certainly has been a talking point in Duval. And I do have some good news as we send you off on the All-Pro Roofing Hotline. I am seeing from a couple different fantasy websites on X, in particular Fantasy Pros, flex-worthy wide receivers that will crush this week. Josh Downs, the first name on that list.
Oh, yeah. We hope so.
Yes, be curious to see how he does, and, of course, Gardner Minshew and the rest of the Colts. Angela, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks so much, and I would say Duval, but, I'm an Indy, so we got to say go Colts.
Hey, it's a little bit warmer, I think, down here than there, but all is well. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Have a good one, guys.
Angela Morian of Wish TV, WISH, and, again, you can find her on X at Sideline Stormer.
Great job. That was a fun interview.
Yeah, Minshew Mania part 2, Carlyon? We really haven't talked about it all that much.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly could happen. I mean, he's charismatic. If he comes in here today and gets a win, it's going to be a big storyline. First place Colts, and again, particularly the unfortunate news for Anthony Richardson that he could maybe be out maybe the entire season. Gardner Minshew is a story people love to rally around. So, if he gets the win today, it will be a massive story throughout the week in the NFL until he cools off, if he cools off. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think this is going to be something that's going to snowball. I think the Jaguars are going to play well against him today. I think he'll have a moment here and there, but for the most part, I think it's going to be a rough 60 minutes for Gardner Minshew, and I think he's going to leave Jacksonville with a loss.
If the Jaguars had not fallen flat on their face to the Texans, I could see a world in which this is a trap game. But the hope is the Jags have already had the trap game against the Texans, and there is no talk of that here in Duval come 4 o'clock today. All right, let's take one more break. We actually are going to head back to the All-Pro Roofing Hotline, Carlyon. A special interview coming your way with Kelly Coughlin. The Tom Coughlin J Fund is among those beneficiaries here for the crucial catch game. We'll catch up with Kelly and all the fun stuff they have going on here outside of Everbank Stadium coming up next on the famous Automotive and Quick Lube Kickoff Show, brought to you by Gatorade Fast Twitch and Clearwater Irrigation.
It's hard to explain, but play-by-play just sounds better on the radio.
What a turn of events!
1010XL, Jacksonville's home for play-by-play.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at jaguars.com/shadows. One winner a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase to enter or win, must be 18 or older and a legal resident of Florida or Georgia. Promotion period 9/5/23 through 12/15/23. For official rules and complete details, visit jaguars.com. Sponsored by Jacksonville Jaguars, LLC.
This is Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade.
Fast Twitch, an energy drink from Gatorade in 6 different flavors, including strawberry watermelon, cool blue, and tropical mango. And available at your local Winn-Dixie.
Start fast with Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade.
On-the-go energy from Gatorade. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie.
I was on the go, it was time to eat. I said, baby, where my dandy, cause they can't be beat. She got something else when it was time to choose. And after just one bite, I got that soggy sandwich blue. Should've known better, only dandy will do. Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you, yeah.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here. You've heard me talking about Pella Windows and Doors. With great ratings and expert reviews, you know they're high quality and energy efficient products. So what's your next step? Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or just stop by the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Their professional design consultants will guide you through your entire project from start to finish. And that's the quality and service you can expect from Pella Windows and Doors.
Taylor Dahl here, inviting you to join me and Bud Light at Monkey's Uncle at the beach for the Jags game Thursday night against the Saints. We'll be out there with prizes and beer specials just like we did at Boston's. So join me for a chance to win Jaguars tickets plus plenty more at the Monkey's Uncle on Thursday Night Football.
It's a force that can't be contained, propelled by purpose, pride, and the power to protect. When winning isn't just the mission, it's your passion. You pursue it. You make power plays. You pick your team. At Farrah & Farrah, we deliver game day energy 24/7. Jacksonville.
Picture this. It's a dark and stormy night, and your toilet is acting possessed. But fear not, for Duck Duck Rooter is here to exorcise those plumbing demons and banish them to the netherworld. So if you're facing a plumbing horror story straight out of a nightmare, summon the spectral expertise of Duck Duck Rooter. Call 904-862-6769 and bid those plumbing phantoms farewell. Duck Duck Rooter, where we tackle plumbing scares so you don't have to.
1010 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Starting your game day.
The famous Automotive Tire and Quick Lube Kickoff Show.
Live from Tailgaters Parking. Presented by Clearwater Irrigation and Gatorade Fast Twitch on 1010XL. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
A special guest to the famous Automotive and Quick Lube Kickoff Show, Kelly Coughlin of the TCJ Fund joining us now. They're going to be partying down the road from us at the WJCT building and also being honored pregame here at Everbank Stadium. Kelly, how's it going? Good morning.
Good morning, Mia. How's it going?
And we said, all right, we're going to break. Are you going to call Kelly? He goes, oh, she's already on the line. We should have known. She's on Coughlin time. I should know better than that. Hey, lay the scene for us. I know this is a real exciting day for the TCJ Fund.
Yeah, we're so excited. It's going to be a terrific day. We've got 50 childhood cancer patients and their families joining us this morning for a tailgate party where we're going to have food and fun and music and get them all pumped up and excited and a chance to just relax and have a good day today. And then just before game time, we'll proceed across the street to this field where we're going to be in the south end zone. And as part of the Crucial Catch Initiative, their patients and families will be recognized. So it should be a lot of fun and something really special for them, hopefully to get a break from their day-to-day struggles with childhood cancer and to feel uplifted by all the crowd there for hopefully cheering them on.
Hey, Kelly, it's Hayes. Thanks so much for being with us. Tell people that are unfamiliar with it, or we've got obviously Colts fans here today. For people that don't know what the Tom Coughlin J Fund does, can you please enlighten us on the important work?
Sure, I'd be honored to. So my dad is Coach Tom Coughlin, and he started the Tom Coughlin J Fund, almost 30 years ago now in Jacksonville when he first came as the first head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the organization provides financial and emotional support to local area families who have a child with cancer.
Fantastic. Plain and simple. And we know that it's not so plain and simple. You guys go above and beyond for so many families in our community as well as up in New York, too. Kelly, for you guys to be partnering with the Jaguars, I know reading the game day release, obviously Coach is retired once again, but that continuation of that relationship with the Jaguars, what does that mean for you and your family?
Oh, it's so special. You know, the Jaguars were really part of the platform and the foundation for our organization. We definitely would not have been able to grow and become the support system that we have in the community for childhood cancer without having the Jaguars as part of our team, and we're really honored that they continue to support our work. And so it's pretty awesome today to come together.
Kelly, if somebody wants to reach out, donate to the J Fund, how do they go about doing that?
They can go to our website. It's tcjayfund.org, and there's all kinds of information there. Both if you're a family who needs support or you know somebody, you can find out more there, as well as volunteer opportunities or certainly to give.
Kelly Coughlin joining us on the All-Pro Roofing Hotline as the TCJ Fund will be honored pregame here at Everbank Stadium before the Jags and the Colts this afternoon. Kelly, I know go ahead.
I was going to say I have one more thing to share with you that's breaking news.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Well, my dad is going to join us this morning on the field as well. So he was
awesome.
Unsure whether he'd be able to make it, and in the past he hasn't been able to. But yeah, he's gonna meet us and be there with the kids and sort of hopefully help to be part of cheering them on this morning. So that should be fun.
Fantastic. He's not going to do the first Duval because I was going to ask about that. Another member of the TCJ Fund family is, though, correct me if I'm wrong, Kelly.
That is correct. We have 2 childhood cancer patients that are actually really excited. They're going to be part of some of the pregame festivities. One is a child, an 8-year-old little girl who's going to do the first Duval. She's super excited. And the coin toss, we're also going to have a little boy, an 8-year-old boy named Shane, who is going to be part of the coin toss ceremony. So he's really excited. He's a huge Giants fan.
Fantastic.
Sorry, Jaguars fan. Did I just say Giants?
Hey, listen, you know what? When it comes to the J Fund, as long as the Jags and Giants aren't playing, I know last year when you guys were honored, they did. As long as they're not playing, they play in the NFC. They don't play the Jaguars this year. All is well on that front. What I was also going to ask you, Kelly, is I know my phone was buzzing all weekend with updates from the J Fund about the silent auction that you guys were conducting. Can you give us some updates as far as some of the other upcoming events you guys are having?
Oh, I'd love to. So our next big fundraising event that we have in Jacksonville is actually our wine tasting gala, and we'd love to have everybody come out and enjoy amazing wine and food from all over the Jacksonville's best restaurants, and that will take place on February 29th. Yes, it's a leap day this year, so that would be kind of fun. Leap on over to the J Fund. And then our Celebrity Golf Classic is our other big fundraising event that we do in Jacksonville, and that takes place in May.
Kelly, the thing that I'm always so struck by is the stories that you guys share and just the difficulty when a family has a child diagnosed with cancer. A lot of times if it's a two-income family, one parent has to quit working to be there around the clock for the child that's getting the care, and just the financial strain that it can put on families, and that's where the J Fund really is able to step in and pay for things like groceries and mortgage and things like that. Can you talk a little bit, please, about the crisis these families go through and how the J Fund is there for them?
Yes. So, Hayes, you bring up a great point. We know that when a child is diagnosed with cancer, the family basically has to drop everything and really focus on what it's going to take to make sure that their child gets well. And so the J Fund is able to step in. About 65% of the support that the J Fund provides every year is for financial support, just to keep the roof over their heads, food on the table, make sure that they can get back and forth to treatment, and just really allow the parents, if that's what it takes, to stay home, focus on their child, be at their bedside, be at the hospital. We want to make sure that we can hopefully, maintain as much normalcy as possible in just an unthinkable situation for families.
The wine gala coming up, the golf tournament, a whole lot of cool stuff coming up with the J Fund. Kelly, the floor is yours if there's any other updates or any other partners or sponsors you'd like to love on here on the All Pro Roofing Hotline.
Why, thank you. Well, I want to talk about 1010XL and the radiothon.
Yes, absolutely.
1010XL has been such a fantastic partner to the J Fund, and we're really excited. Coming up actually on November 29th. Will be a day where if you want to listen into 1010XL, you'll hear just uplifting and really heart-touching stories about the patients and families that are involved with the J Fund and in our community. And it's a day that allows people to call in and just be a part of that. So we ask for your support that day, whether it's just listening and learning more about the J Fund or hopefully contributing to our efforts. And the amount of awareness that we raise that day is just really profound and not able to be measured. So we're super grateful for everything that 1010XL does to support the Tom Coughlin J Fund, and you guys have been long-term partners as well. So thanks for letting me mention that, and I hope a lot of your listeners will be back many times between now and November 29th, but certainly that day.
I know it's one of our favorite days of the year.
Absolutely.
I know I'm looking forward to teaming up with Carolyn and Kelly B and the whole team to make sure we're promoting that on all of our digital and social channels too, so everyone can get involved and obviously donate in any way they can to such a worthy cause. Kelly, thank you so much for stopping by. Going to do my best to stop by that tailgate too, because I know you guys have a whole lot of fun planned for all the TCJ Fund families.
Please do. We'd love to see you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kelly. There she goes, Kelly Coughlin of the Tom Coughlin J Fund. Thank you. On the famous Automotive and Quick Lube Kickoff Show, brought to you by the All Pro Roofing Hotline. It truly is one of the best days of the year at 10:10.
Absolutely.
I know it's a tough day. I know there's plenty of you listening, driving on your way to the Jaguars game right now, that as we say that, you go, I love it, but it's so hard to listen to those testimonies of those families, but it's so important at the same time, Hayes.
That's the thing is you just can't imagine it. You can't imagine what these families go through. And again, it's the financial assistance is obviously it's gigantic, but the support, the bonds that these families have formed and the siblings program that the J Fund has. I mean, they just do such an extraordinary amount of giving to people that need it the most. So, I mean, it really is a spectacular charity. It's a great day at the radio station. I do agree with you. I think it's the best day of the year for us. And it's just such a vital part of this community.
And even if you and your family are fortunate enough to have not been affected by childhood cancer, the wine gala is an amazing event. My wallet will tell you as well that, yes, that silent auction and all the goodies they have available, it's real and it's spectacular, so you can get involved that way. The golf outing is also tremendous, and so many ways that you can get involved and help the Tom Coughlin J Fund. All right, one more segment to go. It is a loaded one, Hayes. We're going to head back into the locker room. We're going to say hello to Devin Lloyd, who, as Frank Frangie said, and as I reported, he told me Thursday he plans on playing, officially listed as questionable for this one. We will say hello to our friends from Brackish Vodka. Carl Lyon, going to down another Duval Donkey.
Let's do it.
Maybe, possibly. I heard talk of Bloody Marys. I'm not so sure how we feel about that. We will see. And our final thoughts and predictions as we get you set for the Jaguars and the Colts coming up at 1 o'clock right here on the Superstation. This is the famous Automotive and Quick Lube Kickoff Show brought to you by Gatorade Fast Twitch at Clearwater Irrigation.
Looking for quality equipment and a name you can trust? Lepo Rents, Bobcat of Jacksonville, is your premier construction equipment dealer and rental house. We have the right equipment for the job, offering the big and small tools needed for your next project. Lepo sells and rents track loaders, excavators, boom lifts, and much more. For your next project, remember Lepo Rents, your authorized Bobcat dealer in Jacksonville. Visit them online at leporents.com.
Are you looking for increased privacy and protection for your family and pets? Look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Superior Fence and Rail is Jacksonville's top-rated fence company, delivering the highest quality fence products. They'll treat your property as if it's their own. So get off the fence and get your privacy back. Call Superior Fence and Rail today for your on-site estimates.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window
World, simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
When I say famous, what comes to mind? Celebrities? Athletes? What about your vehicle maintenance? Oh, okay, auto repair. Exactly. Now, when you need fast and reliable care for your ride, stop in to a Famous Automotive or Famous Quick Lube with 20 locations around town providing honest automotive service at your convenience 7 days a week. They also offer fleet accounts for your business. Sign up anytime at Famous Automotive and Quick Lube, servicing every customer like they're famous.
Fish are good at hiding. Captain Kevin can help you find them.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Find more fish on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Thursday nights at 6.
Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss on 1010XL AM.
Committed to the team. Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. So our policies have no fine print and no military service restrictions. We don't work on commission. We're nonprofit, so we pass the savings along to our members. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, ensuring those who serve.
Introducing Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade. Developed with 200 milligrams of caffeine to help athletes focus the mind and power the body for athletic performance. Great flavors like strawberry watermelon, glacier freeze, cool blue, and tropical mango, all designed to ignite athletic performance. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Fast Twitch, official partner of the NFL and used by the pros. On-the-go energy from Gatorade.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Roland, 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 we're all calling Roland. The toilet's overflowing, oh my.
When hairballs, grease, and goo just won't let that water through, you need Roland Reach Plumbing by your side. When you have got a leak and you just can't wait a week, call 260-7059. Roland Reach Plumbing.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Starting your game day.
The famous Automotive Tire and Quick Lube Kickoff Show. Presented by Clearwater Irrigation and Gatorade Fast Twitch. Live from Tailgaters Parking on 1010XL.
One more segment to go, and the teal and black O'Hays car line, it is flowing into Growler's Bar and Grill here at Tailgaters Parking.
Such a fun place, and the energy is spectacular. The Colts have a problem at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
I think I saw like 2 Colts jerseys, but other than that, nothing but teal and black as far as the eye can see. See some vintage throwbacks. Shout out to a David Garrard jersey over there. You love to see that. And, of course, plenty more here of current Jaguars assembled in front of us at Growler's Bar and Grill with our friends from Brackish standing by, as we will say hello to them coming up in just a second. But first, one more trip into the locker room, as you heard here on the famous Automotive and Quick Lube Kickoff Show. Devin Lloyd, from what I have been told and from what Frank Franchi has been told, is expected to play today, and I caught up with him earlier this week. Pleased to be joined with Jaguars inside linebacker Devin Lloyd. Devin, first things first, how are you feeling? Obviously coming off the injury, but also I just feel the worst for you because you go to London over the summer with the Jags, and then you don't get to go to London to play 2 games. I just feel so bad.
Don't feel bad. I mean, it definitely was unfortunate not being able to go out there and play, but, I'm back now, so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the opportunity to just keep playing this game that I love and, to be back out there with my guys.
What was it like these last 2 weeks?
Just watching a lot of football, honestly. Obviously watching them, watching everybody around the league, rehabbing, just doing what I can to progress the thumb and its treatment. But, not too much, really. I couldn't sweat, so I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, probably quiet around here. Who was here in the building with you?
Yeah, it was me, D-Ham, Greg, Ventrell, J-Mo. But outside of that, and then that's about it, honestly. Yeah, so it was quiet.
Probably a little weird.
It was definitely interesting coming in, and all the players' cars were in the lot. So it's like, okay, it feels normal, and then you walk in the building and no one's here. It's, so it's a little different.
Well, everybody's back in the building. You're back on the field. What's it been like for you? I mean, do you have to play with a soft cast, or what are they saying right now?
For sure, yeah, because I don't want to re-injure in any way. So the soft cast that they made is actually really nice to wear. It's comfortable, but it's also really protective. And I've been getting used to it over these last couple of practices, so, I like it.
What did you think of Chad with you out the last 2 weeks? What did you see from him? What did you see from the rest of this defense?
Yeah, he was holding it down. He was playing really well, and the whole defense, really was lights out, outside of, a couple of drives. I know that they want to get back, but, it was really fun watching them, and, I'm just grateful to be a part of such a really good team. Everybody was flying around and in the right spots, and they look good.
You mentioned Devon, who you got to spend some extra time with this last, 10 days while the rest of the team was out. What does it mean to see him back on the practice field this week?
Yeah, he always starts our stretch lines off, so for a while it's kind of weird not hearing him start off the stretch. And today was his first day back, so, it's kind of back to normal, but it's always good having him and his presence. He's such a great guy, so, I'm glad to have him back.
A buddy of mine joked, you get Devin back, you're getting Devon back, you're getting DeJuan Smoot back. What's the ceiling for this defense?
Yeah, we're just going to keep progressing every week. We know what we have at this point now, and we've only tip the scale just slightly of, what we can be. But, like Josh says, we still got more to improve on. And, as a defense, we're always searching for perfection, knowing that, it's never going to be perfect because that's just the way this game is played. But we know how good we are, and, we're going to just keep improving every week.
Big picture, when you look at the Colts offense, what's the number one thing you guys have to lock in on?
Just stopping the run. Obviously with Zach Moss, Jonathan Taylor back there, and the O-line is really physical. They're playing really physical this year, and I like the way they're moving together as a group, so it's going to be a fun challenge for us.
Zach Moss in particular, I think it was 130 yards. What does he do that's maybe different than Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, well, I know Zach very well because I went to school with him at Utah, and he's obviously, a guy that, when we were at Utah, he was just amazing. He was always good. And having him on my sideline, and now I know what to expect going against him. He's got really good vision, good feet, good strength. He just has a really good feel for the game, too, though. For how short-term he's been playing his position. He started senior year in high school. He's actually excelled tremendously, and he's doing a really good job for them right now.
Hey, you stole my next question. How close were you and Zach? Are you guys still close to this day?
Yeah, for sure. Even seeing him after the games, and obviously we always kind of keep track of each other. But he was definitely a role model for me, at Utah, and I learned from him, and so it'll be fun to play against him. I'll say that.
Those Utes coming off the bye. What are we thinking about the Utes in these next few weeks? Some big Pac-12 matchups coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to choose the Utes all day. It don't matter who they play.
Pac-12 is the conference of champions, though, right now, truly.
See, look, Miami's talking. Miami can't say anything right now. That's Rayshon Jenkins. Miami's talking right now. They can't say anything right now. But, conference of champions has a great ring. And they got a lot of good teams, a lot of good quarterbacks. Everybody's, playing really well. I don't know how many teams we have ranked in the top 25, but every week is a challenge. And Utah, I know, just going there, we prepare to win every week. And, they're a really tough group. And so I always love watching them, so I can't wait to watch them.
Well, Devin, best of luck on the field and getting back onto the field this Sunday.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, we're pleased to be joined with Jaguars tight end Evan Ingram here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you too, man. Doing well.
Good. What's been the challenge this week? Getting the body right and everything after the London trip.
We've been on a mission. Our mission this week was to, no fall off. Obviously, we had a long, 10 days in London. Came back with 2 wins. It'd be easy to kind of fall into that jet lag excuse, but we just been pushing through, keeping the consistency up with our work.
Are you pleased with how practice went this week for you?
Guys, been great energy all week, great attention to detail, a lot of sense of urgency. I feel like our whole team's locked in.
It seems like you guys hit a different level offensively, Evan. What were some of the keys in terms of taking that step forward?
Just playing our game. Obviously, there were some things we did better as far as, discipline, pre-snap stuff, just the little things. We can honestly take care of the ball way better, but being able to move the ball really well, rack up some yards, and get in the end zone a couple of times to end the game was good for us.
How's everything going for you, Evan, personally? Are you pleased with the strides you're making?
Oh, yeah. It's a process every day. I love the grind. Trying to better my craft of just being a great, playmaker for my team, a great whatever my role is, just going to excel at it for sure.
One thing I was curious about from a football standpoint, the challenge is a route runner for everybody when there's familiarity, so you know the system, but you also want to, there could be times that you want to improv or you see something. What's the challenge of running the route the way it's designed, but also there's something that I see that I think I can exploit?
I think, the biggest thing with that is just communication with 16. There are things that we see on film that, we have a concept of a route is ran this way, but if we get a certain look, being able to communicate with Trevor, I might run it a way that, I see better and he's on the same page and he approves of it and we're able to, execute that. So I think that our offense is built for us to be creative and to use our abilities to our best suit, but communication is big too because as long as we're on the same page with Trevor, we can go out there and make some big plays just off of our own, ideas and strength.
It seemed like Trevor really hit a big-time stride in London. What'd you see out of him, particularly against Buffalo?
He was throwing darts, man. He was throwing some darts, bro. Just, the confidence. That was the coolest thing. The biggest thing that popped out to me about him was just his confidence and his swagger out there. And once he got in a rhythm early on in the game, especially against Buffalo, it was awesome to see. He was out there dealing. And we're going to be a hard team to beat if he keeps playing like that. We keep protecting him. We got to protect him a little bit better and keep making plays, when the ball comes our way.
Does it help that the opponent coming back from London is an opponent you've already played?
And we are back. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Thanks for those of you that bear with us, both on the air and, of course, on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook as well. And without further ado,
guys.
The Brackish guys.
We're back.
What better way, after you've been having technical difficulties, to just take a deep breath and let it all go than some Brackish vodka?
Exactly.
All right, walk us through, Matt. You got a whole selection for us on this lovely Sunday.
I know you guys have heard of Brackish vodka before on 1010XL, but in case you haven't, we are a locally owned, operated, and produced spirits company. Vodka is our specialty. We've had our neutral vodka out for about a year and a half now, but our newest flavors that we just launched about a month ago, we have an espresso vodka made with Cuban coffee beans. We have a chocolate vodka made with Mexican chocolate called Chocolate Confessions, and we have our elderflower vodka, which eliminates the need for Saint Germain in any of your vodka drinks and elevates pretty much anything that you put into it. Chad today is going to be making the espresso martini on the rocks, which is a easy drink to make with our espresso vodka, which is called Nightcap, and our Chocolate Confessions vodka as well.
Do you have concerns about us not doing the Duval Donkey against the Colts?
I was going to say we should make that because we're on a winning streak.
Yeah.
But they did that without us, without the Duval Donkey, so I think the espresso could be the key to today's win.
Okay. All right. That's how we're going to get the first home win of 2023. I like that.
A little pep in their step.
A little pep in the step. As always, where can folks find Brackish Vodka, Matt?
So we are located all over the place in over 200 bars and restaurants, but we are also in ABC, Total Wine, Shores, Golden Ox, Golden Liquor, Mandarin Liquor, Southside Liquors, basically anywhere you can buy liquor, we are there. The flavors are expanding into a bunch of local stores as well. Right now, your best shot to get them is Total Wine and Golden Liquor on Atlantic and Kernan. We are also doing a tasting in the East Club today as well.
Love that.
So anybody in the East Club can go and try our flavors, and they'll be serving them there as well. And check out, of course, the Brackish Bar next to Daly's Place and the stadium as well.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Before you pass the headset over to Chad for us to make this lovely concoction, I do follow you on Instagram. You guys are all over the world. Are you expanding Brackish beyond the Duval County?
We're always trying to expand. We have broken into the Orlando market.
Love it.
Of course, Total Wine, ABCs extend all over the state. And we recently went to Tampa and New York, and we'll keep that a secret for now.
Oh, I like that. I like that. We'll keep it a secret as you hand the headset over to Chad.
All right.
And Chad gets us ready to taste the espresso martini.
So now that was the information. Here comes the fun.
Yeah, let's do the fun. This is the part that everybody's always focused in on.
The fun is here. So we're going to do 1.5 ounce pour of this. I think this one is the chocolate.
That's quite a heavy 1.5 ounce pour.
Well, that's because we want to have a little fun.
You need the nightcap and the chocolate confession.
Oh, yes, and this makes the martini. So we're doing this. We're going to nickname this at our bar the Dub, because we're going to get a W today.
Oh, okay, the Dub. Now, the text line has already said that Carline needs to chug this. I'm not so sure an espresso martini can be chugged. We have
I love it!
Here he goes, folks.
Get after it. Down the hatch. Go for it, big dog. Go for it. Love it.
The notes of chocolate confession are fantastic. I think that's what allowed for him to chug it.
It's awesome. Great drink.
Here we
well
are.
Done. Thank
awesome,
you, sir.
And Chad, you guys will be serving the Dub here at Growler's Bar and Grill until all day. You guys are here all day.
And then when we get the Dub, we're going to do shots. We'll have 2 for 1. If the Jags win today, we got them all day.
Fantastic. We appreciate you guys as always. I also gave you a shout out for the Wi-Fi.
Oh, there you
go.
go.
Guys, it's a team sport, and we of course appreciate
we love you guys
our teammates at Brackish Vodka, our teammates at Growler's Bar and Grill. Score prediction from you, sir.
Ooh. I'm going to go 28-21 Jags.
Okay, so you do think about a touchdown. You think the Colts are going to score?
I think it's going to be that. I tell you what, I can't wait for our defense to just get lit today.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
All
Jags
right.
win and Jags cover. Love it.
Yeah, baby. I love it.
Even better, even better. Thanks to Chad, thanks to Matt, thanks to all of our friends at Brackish and Growlers Bar and Grill. Without further ado, let's say hello to our friend who is truly keeping this entire program together back at 1010XL World Headquarters, Casey Dobson, for his final prediction and thoughts ahead of today's Jaguars-Colts game.
Can we just say that behind the scenes to effort this show today took a massive one, and that means that the Jaguars should be inspired by our performance and give us a W today, 24-10. Let's go, Duval!
It ain't pretty, but it's gritty. We will take that. That is for sure. Carline, final thoughts from you as you settle from the espresso martini. Are you feeling okay?
Oh, yeah. Feeling great. And
now
I don't know that
energy.
I've ever felt better, actually.
Okay.
And, I think the Jaguars get it done. They get a season sweep over the Colts. I like it 23-17. Jags win. Jags cover.
All right, we got a little bit of time, 2 minutes. So before we hand it over to Marsh for his final thoughts, I have to ask you, Carline, is there anything that concerns you about the Colts? Because we know 3 weeks ago we sat here before the Texans game and we thought, this one will be easy.
They're going to get dominated in the interior. I mean, I don't think that Fortner, Sheriff, Shatley, I don't think it's going to go well there. Doug's going to have to scheme around that a little bit. So, I mean, certainly the Colts present challenges. But I don't think Minshew will do enough through the air. I think the Jaguars' run defense is really playing at a high level. They're 5th right now in the league. I think they're going to slow down Taylor and Moss enough that I think it's a great game. I think it comes down to the final couple minutes. But I think the Jaguars get a key stop late to win the game by 6.
Graham Marsh, final thoughts?
This is 27-23. Jaguars win. Colts driving with about 30 seconds left. Need a touchdown to win it. Gardner Minshew throws a devastating interception to Andre Sisco. Game over.
I like that. I like
do
that.
too.
Have you looked at the lines on my bookie? A 4-point winner for the Jags. Curious. I'm curious to see.
Vegas knows best.
What my bookie still has that line at. Let's take a look. As a matter of fact, they have that line. I know last check it was at about a 4-point line. I'll be curious to see if that holds up. I'm going back to my roots. I know we're not doing Duval Donkey. We're trying the dub. We're trying to start something new in 2023. But I'm going back to 2022 and going Oppo Mia, in the words of Joe Cowart. I'm going to say the Colts do win.
Wow.
Wink, wink, wink. Our thanks to Matt and Chad from Brackish, from Tailgaters Bar and Grill, for, of course, cooking up the latest and greatest in Brackish concoctions for us. Our thanks to Frank Frangie for joining us. Our thanks to Angela Morian of Wish TV for joining us behind enemy lines, too. And, of course, as always, our thanks to you for joining us on the famous Automotive and Quick Lube Kickoff Show. For Casey Dobson, for Graham Marsh, and for Hayes Carline, I am Mia O'Brien. We will catch you later.
A slice of home, no matter how far from Jacksonville life takes you.
It's a miracle!
Download the 1010XL and XL 92.5 FM apps for free on Apple and Android devices to listen anywhere in the world.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at jaguars.com/shadows. One winner and guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase to enter.